What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy, Kyle Milligan, coming to you live from the Meditation Chamber in Boca Raton, Florida. And today I want to address the question, can copywriting be used for selling music or other creative content? This question comes from an email I received after someone finished my book, Take Their Money, and they said, I feel like I can sell anything except for my music. He said, I can tell when I see good copy, it just pulls me. And he said he noticed that I basically insist that you find other good copywriting in your niche and emulate it to write your own copy. He said, but everywhere I look, it's just people saying, our new album is out, get it now. He's like, well, how do I write good copy to sell my CD? And I might be biting off a little bit more than I can chew with this one. I haven't really done a lot of research on this topic, but I kind of want to give it a shot and see. This is kind of off the top of my head. So it's going to be a little bit willy-nilly, but it'll give you kind of a little bit of insight into like how I think about things, especially things that I don't even know anything about yet before I even dive into research. These are the kind of questions that I'll be asking myself and will kind of ponder before I get into it. So I do have an entire product available that shows you my entire copywriting process from beginning of like idea to doing the research, writing the sales letter, all the way to the finished product where I have the actual sales letter completed, and that product is available at kylethewriter.com/process. Basically, it's an over-the-shoulder look, watching me create an entire sales letter from scratch. It'll kind of, again, it'll give you that insight. When I get a question like this person is lacking a process, right? They don't have, they're like, how do I sell my music? Well, how do you sell anything? So if you have the process, you just apply that process to anything. And I think this is a critical question to address. And I'm coming at it completely blind. Like I should have done some Google searching or something before I started this. But it kind of shows you that the process is replicatable. And that is the number one question I keep getting about this new product that I've got. Will it work for my niche? I don't sell a copywriting book. I don't sell financial newsletters. I don't sell, like, dude, it's a process. Once you have the process locked down, you can apply it to anything, okay? So let's talk about selling, let's say, a new classic rock CD, which is what this dude is basically selling. So we're talking about strengthening the copy for something like that. So we could talk about, for instance, one of his questions, like when I see other copy, like how do I emulate copy if it's already trash, right? It basically just says, we just launched our new album, like get it now, right? And that's really not very powerful copy. It's not very compelling. And who are you exactly speaking to? So I thought about it and I was like, well, what's the power of music? What are you actually selling? You're kind of selling an experience, right? So I actually wrote this dude back and I basically was like, okay, so this is off the top of my head. Like, what if we sold something like music, not like you're selling the CD? And he was looking at new, easy, safe, and big, the big four buying emotions, right? Like it's a new CD. You just put it in and press play. A bunch of people like it, and it's going to be an awesome CD or something like that, right? And I was like, that seems too literal, right? It seems way too like direct translation of new, easy, safe, and big into action, and it shouldn't be like that. And I had an idea just a couple minutes ago before I went live. I was like, there's actually a way to kind of look at this through a financial newsletter kind of sales letter and see how they do it. And it's a letter that I've actually looked at a couple times now recently. I'm going to bring it up again today for this one. I think it's really important to see what it is because it really is about building hype. That's whenever we're selling anything, even if it's a sales letter for financial newsletters, if it's a sales letter for, it don't have to be a full sales letter to sell a CD, right? But look at how they build hype for this before we even get to, let me see if I'm covering the text. Can't tell, there's no way to tell. Okay, this is the Alpha 9 promo by MoneyMap, and I looked at this, I think, yesterday, and I think it's really important to address what they do to set the scene beforehand, okay? Alpha 9, all right? We don't see anything about any benefit. Part supercomputer, part artificial intelligence, part quant trading algorithm. This one-of-a-kind technology is the power to make you a millionaire in a year's time, okay? So there's a benefit, right? So that's one of the issues with the music. What's the benefit? The benefit is more of like an experience. And I'm going to get around to something else that I wrote to him last night talking about and kind of tie that in a little bit. But basically look at this intro. Hi, I'm Mike Ward, founder of Money Morning. Welcome to our Alpha 9 Summit. And let me just say, get ready, because what you are now seeing directly behind me has never been seen before. Today we are broadcasting from inside the underground command center of trading legend Tom Gentile. This is truly unprecedented because look, even though Tom has reigned at the top of Wall Street's trading game for 25 years, only 12 people have ever set foot in this space. In fact, until now, Tom has expressly forbidden cameras and recording devices. And folks, even if I gave you the exact address, you couldn't get in here with a battering ram. This place is locked down tight, and with good reason. Secrets hidden inside these walls are priceless. Okay, so this is all about like a super secret location. He's totally jammed it up, and you might have saw it right early at the beginning, but look at this. Let me just say, get ready, right? So you can say, hey, my name is Jeff, guitarist for awesome classic rock band. And I just want to say, get ready, because what you're about to experience has never been done before. It's and then like think about it. Like, it's just building that hype, man. Think about that excitement. That's what it's about. It's something new and exciting. We have this new classic rock. We're bringing it back. Something like that. Like this hasn't been album like this hasn't dropped since Led Zeppelin was popular, right? Like, you haven't had an opportunity to have experience of rock like a version of rock like this in decades. Like, get ready, get your jean jacket out, grow out your mullet. Like, we're about to jam out here. Like, get ready, it's coming. This is the biggest music event in like history. I'm getting so many messages now. I should close this stuff out. Let me get off the screen real quick. So let me close my email and my Slack. Get this out of here. But yeah, so what I'm saying basically is like, yeah, you want to look for, goodbye. Yeah, you want to look for opportunities to basically say, like, you're trying to build the hype, man. Like, when it comes to selling music, I went and looked for like weird examples. I'll give you one example of something I put towards him. I said, we should check out, if we're selling an experience, it's sort of like selling a smell, right? How in the world do you sell a smell? And I was like, well, why don't we go look at Yankee Candle and see, because they're the biggest candle manufacturer that I know of, and see how they would sell a smell. And if you look down here, here's this candle they got, and click the candle. Where's the description? Here it is. About this fragrance: a picnic in the shade, surrounded by wildflowers, flowers, and juniper buds, with just a touch of nectarine swirling in the breeze. Okay, so we aren't trying to sell anything that poetic with like a rock album, but I mean, it is like, it's a road trip with your friends, and that one tape in your cassette deck that just plays over and over and over, and you scream and sing at the top of your lungs, and it's the best time ever, right? So you can take those emotions, you can take that sort of excitement, and you can mesh that up with what we see something like here, right? These guys, they're taking boring stuff and they're making it exciting. And that's the point of a process. That's why I keep saying, like, your niche doesn't matter. What matters is you have a process, you have a methodology for whenever you recognize that something is boring and uninteresting. There are a million rock CDs out there. There are a million copywriting books out there. There's a million of everything out there. You need a process. You need an understanding of how to take boring junk and make it exciting. And that's why when people say, Kyle, I want to buy your process videos, but I'm not sure it'll work for my niche, then you don't understand. Then I'm doing a bad job of explaining what good a process is. That's why I'm trying to clear it up with these videos for you now. The process gives you a way to take stupid, boring information, commodities. My book is a commodity, man. It's a copywriting book. But that's not how I explain it to you. It's not how I sell it to people. My book teaches you the secret language that speaks directly to the emotional center of your customers' brains and gets them buying stuff, gets them emotionally charged, because we know, scientifically proven, that emotions are the decision-making center of your brain. Emotions are the basis for all your decisions. If you can learn how to speak and channel directly to the emotional center of the brain, then you can sell basically anything. That's why whenever we're looking over, when I got this email about I got this new CD, and he went over it very literally, new, easy, safe, and big. Dude, it's not, we're trying to create an emotion. And remember, the new emotion is like, there's something awesome new coming, okay? Which is why I look at this Alpha 9 Summit the first words, get ready. Like, that is such an awesome, awesome way to open. Why can't you sell a rock CD with that? Why can't you sell a copywriting book with that, right? So you just look to good copy and you reverse engineer that excitement. This is something new. It just hit the scene. Get ready. The best rock album since the days of Pink Floyd and Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin is hitting here now in 2019. Get your jean jackets out, like stuff like that. Like, take them to that place in time. Like that Yankee Candle thing, it didn't sell the candle, it sold you on a picnic in the shade, right? So you think of a way to channel that in new, easy, safe, and big. So the new thing, like, get ready is good enough, right? Big, it's going to be the best classic rock style music to ever be able to come out, because Zeppelin just isn't making new songs anymore, right? So if you want that experience again, this is a brand new way to have that experience all over again, all right? And then safe, like, download this album now, and get in on a sensation that thousands of others have already enjoyed. And it doesn't have to be like thousands of people have like downloaded this song or this CD. It can just be like 1,000 people that you've impacted with your music, right? You've had 1,000, let's say, hits or impressions of your songs. That counts, right? You've got 10,000. So we've already hit 10,000 ear holes in our career, and you should join in on the excitement, right? That's that safe. Safe just means it's like a big credible thing. Like, it's having like a credible source say vouch for it and say, you probably aren't in Rolling Stone yet, but you can say, like, something, you can say Boca Raton Weekly said we're the best local band of the area. Something like that, right? So, I mean, join 10,000 other listeners, depending on, like, just add up all the people you performed a concert in front of in your whole entire life, right? And then build that as your big social proof. That's your safety and credibility, right? And then throw in like a quote from like a small area magazine if you can get one like that, or just like you can go on their Instagram like, wow, this rocks. They said this rocks, or something like that. Like that. That's a process. That's research, right? You can't say that like it won't work because it's not a financial newsletter. Financial newsletters are one of the hardest things to sell. Just like music is a very difficult thing to sell. That's why you need a process. You need some sort of methodology where you recognize that what you have is not in demand. Let me tell you what, dude, nobody in the world wakes up, kicks the covers off of their feet, and says, I need to buy a financial newsletter now. Nobody wants your financial newsletter, and many, many people don't want your mixtape, bro. That's why the process is that important. If anything, it's more important for someone selling music than someone selling something that's obviously beneficial, right? Music's not obviously beneficial. That's a much harder, more difficult sell because we're selling the experience, we're selling a good time, we're selling entertainment. So that's the kind of copy you need to find. That's the kind of commercials you need to look up, the kind of emails you need to read, like how do they sell Yankee candles? Like how do they sell that stuff? How do they sell a movie, right? Get ready. Like, what's the benefit of a movie? It's awesome, right? Get ready. The blockbuster movie of the year coming this summer, right? Like, that's the kind of copy that you need to be looking to in reverse engineering. They're just getting you hyped. They're just getting you excited, okay? So, again, this is all kind of like off the top of my head. I haven't really done research on how professional copywriters help musicians in that specific niche. And in a way, I don't mean any disrespect to those people. I don't really feel like I necessarily have to do much research on that process before I speak to you guys, because the process, I already have a process. It's a little bit of research, just reverse engineering the same sale. Like, what can I find that's similar, and what can I do to pull those exciting emotions, pull the things that take a commodity, a boring product, and make it super exciting. And guess what? I didn't have to go very far. I actually found some cool examples in a financial newsletter just yesterday. Like, what a great opening. Let me say, just get ready, because what's coming in, today's April 23rd, so you can say, because what's coming May 1st, this, has never been heard before. This May 1st is the rock event of the century. This CD's dropping. Like, I think that's another thing too, is you gotta be bold enough to say that your product or what you're offering or your service is incredible. It is amazing. You do have to be confident enough in what you're selling and offering, even if it's yours, to hype it the hell up. Otherwise, people aren't going to pay attention. That's the hard part about marketing yourself, is because a lot of imposter syndrome and all that stuff creeps in, but you have to separate yourself from what you are selling. You have to remember that you're selling something, and you have to treat it like you're selling a company, or you're selling a company's product, not yourself, and not get your ego tied up in the promise, and recognize that you need to make this an exciting offer. Even if you think, well, my music's not the best, you've got to position it in an exciting and an awesome way, all right? And if you believe in your music and you do think it's exciting and awesome, even better and easier, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to check really quick for questions, comments, etc. See, I don't think I have any. Nope, that's it. All right, that'll do it. So I do have a product, again, that basically illustrates this whole process of like doing the research, finding out everything you need to find out. Let's see if I can pull up. I have a little bit of info for you. And the product itself is called The Process, right? So what it is it's The Process, a draft-by-draft copywriting walkthrough. Right now it's 60% off the full price. 30 days only, 4 days down. We're now down 5 days. So clock's ticking, not very much time left. This offer permanent closes May 18th. Shutting down the cart after May 18th. No new customers after May 18th. Check out kylethewriter.com/process. And what I set up here, consider this. It costs $300 for 30 minutes to consult with me about your copy. Okay, and I mentioned briefly yesterday that my last sales letter didn't break $500,000, and that was extremely disappointing for me. Right, so whenever you think about it, you write one letter, you can make someone's yearly salary in a matter of days, weeks, months, depending on how big your reach is and how often you send. So I mean, like the 30-minute consult for $300 could be the thing that made you a millionaire, right? So so it costs 30 minutes. Costs $300 for 30 minutes to talk with me, but this product gives you 6 hours of insight into my process, plus 2.5 hours in bonuses. So that's 8.5 hours of basically virtually shadowing me. That's 17 30-minute sessions and would usually cost $5,100. Okay, but you can have this process for a fraction of that price. This process is now responsible for, obviously millions. In 2018, I generated over $7.1 million in sales and brought in over 51,000 new customers with this process. That's how powerful this process is. So it has the power to really transform your life and how you approach selling things. And I love this idea of like music as a hard thing to sell, because if you have a process, you're like, okay, well, I just got to find copy and reverse engineer it in a way that makes it sound new. All right, new and exciting. So the idea of new is we've got this new opportunity, this new exciting thing. Right? Easy just means it's very simple to execute. So let's say we don't want to say the CD is easy, just to hit play and you go. That's way too literal, right? Make the process, the checkout easy, right? All you got to do is one click on our website and this can be yours in minutes. Something like that, something very easy. Click, it's yours. You got it. No bothering with anything, right? So just check out our website. Just go click here now and you can have it in minutes. That's a cool, easy way to say easy. Safe. Safe is just like saying that other people vouch for this product. Show a quote from a local magazine. Show a quote from a local, or it doesn't have to be local, but show a quote from like a person or a group that hosted the band, like a stadium or a small stage or a concert venue, and the feedback that you received. Like, we loved hosting this band. They brought in 20,000 people, right? Or another way you can do safety is just talk about how many people you've played in front of. You can say 100,000 listeners can't be wrong, right? You've only played in front of 100,000 people and they didn't all say they loved you, but you can say you played 100,000 people. They spent time listening to your music, right? So you can say something like 100,000 people can't be wrong. Check out our music, something like that. And then it's big. Like, this is going to be the biggest rock album. This is the biggest, or this is the best classic rock album since Zeppelin, right? Something like that. And you've got to have the confidence, and you have to understand that you're a marketer, right? First and foremost, you're marketing your product, right? So you got to detach your ego from that claim, and you got to make it big and make it exciting, even if you do feel a little bit of that sting of imposter syndrome. I feel it too, man. Every time I sit down and say, oh, I sold $7.1 million in 2018, I've kind of got it down into like my script. I can just say it over and over. But there are times like when I have like a slow day or I'm not having like a good week or something, and I'm like, yeah, but 2019 might not be that good for me. and that kind of enters my brain. I have those same thoughts, but you've got to market yourself. You're marketing a product, right? You got to separate your ego and your insecurities and just sell the product. Okay, even if it's your music, that's probably one of the biggest challenges for you. All right, so that's it, man. New, easy, safe, and big for music. If you want to learn if you want like a super deep dive into my process and see how you can figure out how to create something amazing out of something mundane, how you can take a copywriting book and turn it into the secret sales language that speaks directly to the emotional brain. If you want to learn how to make that transition from the ordinary to the extraordinary and have the power to basically generate infinite income, you should check out kylethewriter.com/process. Check out my videos. They basically give you an over-the-shoulder look of how I do it so that you can do it yourself. All right? That's all I've got for today. Check once more for no more questions or comments. Thanks so much for tuning in, Copy Squad. I will check you next time. Peace out, Copy Squad.